Hey everyone, so welcome back to another book report, and today we are going to be doing a video on the book of 2nd John. So let's get right into it. Who wrote the book? John the Apostle, the same one who wrote 1st John and the same one who wrote 3rd John, who we're going to review later on. And then the central characters of the book, of course, like we've already been saying, Jesus Christ and God are involved in this letter, but we also see more of John just a little bit, just because it is I feel like a first person point of view, and then he's addressing the chosen lady and her children, which in one of my footnotes it says that the chosen lady and her children also refer to as the church God has chosen and its members. So that's who's being written to. That's who it's being the book about. The purpose of the writing of this letter. So it was written, the short letter. It was written to encourage true Christian love and to warn against deceivers who might deny that Jesus Christ was truly human. John directed his readers to hold to the teachings of Jesus Christ and cautioned against hosting those who did not hold to these teachings. And so the 3 key points arrived in this book, which was hard because it's a short book. The first one is love one another, which is a commandment that's been talking about. The second one is beware of the deceivers, because it tells you to beware of the deceivers or the Antichrist, and be careful of your fellowship. As it says in like I said in the context, the purpose, it said caution against hosting those who did not hold to these teachings. Meaning hosting is similar to fellowshipping, so be careful of who you're fellowshipping with. And so back to point number 1, love one another. The scripture that I got was in verse 5. I am writing to remind you, dear friend, that we should love one another. And this is not a new commandment, but one we have had from the beginning. Love means doing what God has commanded us, and he has commanded us to love one another, just as you heard from the beginning. So point number 1, again, is telling you to love one another, just like he was talking about in the other book. Point number 2, beware of the deceivers, just like he said in the other book. It's just a reiteration. I say this because many deceivers have gone into, verse 7. I say this because many deceivers have gone out into the world. They deny that Jesus Christ came in a real body. Such a person is a deceiver and an antichrist. Watch out that you do not lose what we have worked so hard to achieve. Another version says, watch out that you do not lose what you have worked so hard to achieve. Be diligent so that you receive your full reward. So again, he's just reiterating to be careful of the deceivers of the Antichrist. And do not lose what you worked so hard to achieve. And then point number 3, be careful of your fellowship. It's in, let's say, verse 10. If anyone comes to your meeting and does not teach the truth about Christ, don't invite that person into your home or give any kind of encouragement. Anyone who encourages such people becomes a partner in their evil work. So, don't invite that person into your home. Be careful with your fellowship, because don't invite that person also into your life. If they're not speaking the truth about Christ, the truth that you know is the truth, you should not be hanging out with them. You should not be listening to them. So you need to be careful of that. And overall, a scripture that I liked again, it kind of ties in to the beware of the deceivers and be careful of your fellowship, is in verse 9. Anyone who wanders away from this teaching has no relationship with God, but anyone who remains in the teaching of Christ has a relationship with both the Father and the Son. So beware of deceivers and be careful of fellowship. Stay in connection with God. Stay in relationship with God. Don't wander away from Him. Love one another. Beware of the deceivers, and be careful of who you're fellowshipping with. That's all for this book of 2 John. God bless you. Have a great day.